How did we get here? Well, we know how we got here. We know what caused a Donald Trump presidency. We know that the DNC built a Donald Trump presidency. We know that we got to a Donald Trump presidency because of arrogance and gaslighting its own base. We got here because it disrespected its own base. We got here because it didn't listen to its own base. It ignored its own base. It went so far as to telling its base that, you know what, we don't even need you because we know what's best for you. You little kids, they just pat us on the head. They patted us on the head until you run along. We got this. We're the adults in the room. We know what's best for you all. And in the end, what we're going to do is we're going to ram Hillary Rodham Clinton down your throat anyway. And in the end, you kids just going to come and you're going to do what you're told and vote for Hillary Rodham Clinton. That's what built a Donald Trump presidency. That's what built it. But I'm determined to find something positive in this situation because he's going to be our president. So will the Donald Trump presidency end the politics of fear? By Donald Trump being president of the United States, after all the fear mongering, is it possible that if he comes in and do the opposite of what the fear that they pushed down our throats during the campaign, if he do the exact opposite of what he campaigned on, will that end the politics of fear? If Donald Trump becomes president, well, he's going to become president, but as he becomes president, if he actually does something positive, if he does something progressive, I don't know, I know I'm actually pushing it there, but I think you guys follow where I'm going. If he actually got out there and done the exact opposite and didn't do anything like he talked about, which he's already turned the flip on a dime anyway, but if he did that, it seemed like it should take a shot at the politics of fear. It seems like going forward, there will be no more, this person is so bad, vote for me. You're going to actually have to put substance on the table. You're not going to be able to say, no, this person's bad, but you're not putting a plan forth yourself. I'm determined to find some positive in this. Was it brilliance that got this guy elected? And if it was brilliance that got him elected, is that going to be something that he can use as president of the United States? Is it something that he's going to, is this rhetoric that he's doing the campaign, was it a sheer just business move that he used to trick voters that was racist perhaps to come out and vote for him? Is that possibly what brought a Donald Trump presidency? And is he now going to say, you know what, now I don't need that anymore. Now I'm going to try to govern. Is that what he's going to do? If he do, I guess we all win. I'm not that hopeful about it because of the way he's feeling, he's stacking his cabinet up with people like Rudy Giuliani. That bothers me. He's stacking your candidate up there with people who've said very racist things also. So it makes me, sorry guys, I lost you for a second, but it makes me on one hand not so hopeful. So, but will a Trump presidency, it could also do this. If Trump is everything he said he is on that campaign trail, it could also do this. Because Malcolm X once pointed out that he wanted Goldwater to become president because Goldwater can't hide his racism and he can't pretend to be our friends. If Donald Trump is what we think he was on the campaign trail, then guess what? He's not going to be able to hide his racism if he's actually racist. He's not going to be able to pretend to be our friends if he's not our friends. I'm positive I see that at least they're talking about doing infrastructure. And I would think that they're going to add to the deficit, which we want them to add to the deficit because there is no national deficit, God damn it. There is no national debt. So that's one thing that going forward. But another thing going forward, I'm hoping and I'm just hopeful that it's going to make the Democratic Party realize their mistakes and see the error of its ways. I'm hopeful at one moment. I'm hopeful, but then at the second, and another moment, I'm thinking, but they're still blaming the whole thing on the FBI. So I can be hopeful all day long, but does that mean that it's going to make it come to pass? But one thing for sure that I do believe the Trump presidency will come to pass, where it can be a positive. A Donald Trump presidency could make the left unite. It could make the left join hands. It could make the left fight for a real progressive agenda. It can make the left fight for the things that it should be fighting for. Because this neoliberal movement, it has to go. The Bernie Sanders movement It wasn't just a moment, it was a movement. The Bernie Sanders movement is what we need in this country. That's what we need the Democratic Party to look like. Another thing I want to talk about too is a lot of us left the Democratic Party, me, myself included. But is it possible at this moment, this Donald Trump presidency, is it a positive thing that we can bring out of it? They're already talking about putting Keith Ellison at the helm. I like the idea. But what I don't want to do is roll a progressive, I don't want to try to drape the Democratic Party around a progressive movement. That doesn't seem to work. But what I would like to do is, well, what I would think I would like to see, I would like to see us hijack the Democratic Party. Yeah, I mean it, just what I said. I would like to see us hijack the Democratic Party. Let real progressives hijack the Democratic Party. Let people that's willing to fight for real change hijack the Democratic Party. It can be done. Take a play out the Tea Party. What did the Tea Party do in 2010? They hijacked the Republican Party. I don't agree with all the things that they did with the Obama Nazi signs and all that BS. I don't agree with all that. But they hijacked the Republican Party. They put candidates in office and they stopped everything. Now, I don't agree with that tactic, but that's what they set out to do. So, which means what they set out to do was a success in their minds. So, let us hijack the Democratic Party. And what our success is going to look like is real change being pushed through. Real progressive agendas being pushed through. Taxes don't fund federal spending. We need that idea out there. It's not an idea. We need the truth out there that taxes don't fund spending. The national debt is only numbers on a spreadsheet. That is something that we need to continue to push forward. MMT needs to be our main focus. Economics is king. Because we're never going to get to real change in this country if we always fumbling around government spending and how it's added to the national deficit. Howard Dean, David, he's an establishment. Now, Howard Dean did make a point now, but at the same point, he's going to get out there, he's going to tell you that, you know what? I should be the chairman because you know why? Because when I became chairman, the Democratic Party didn't have the House or the Senate or the presidency. When I left, they had all three of those things. But he's also stacking with corporate Dems, the Dems that wouldn't even stand up and fight for the public option. Blue Dog Dem are no better than Republican to me. I don't see the point. We need to start primarying people that don't have a real progressive agenda. If they're not progressive enough, they need to go. If they're not progressive enough, they need to go. That's where we need to go. We need to hijack the Democratic Party. And we need to give Trump a chance. So what I mean by giving Trump a chance, we don't need to do what the Republican Party did to President Obama. I mean, we can even say, you know what? We're going to block everything you do too. That's a wrong strategy. That doesn't accomplish anything. Let's get some things done. I'm all for getting things done. Do I have a lot of hope in a Trump presidency? I don't. But is it possible? Is it possible that this guy just done this to shake up the Republican Party to just, because he was a Democrat that supported Hillary Clinton to begin with? Is it possible? Are we going to see any kind of real progressive change? Hell no. But will it give the American people and will it give liberals and progressives a chance to unite together and fight for a real progressive agenda? I think it will do that. Will it end the politics of fear? I think it can have a huge impact on denting the politics of fear because they threw all the fear that they could at this crazy candidate because let me be clear, he was a crazy candidate. They threw all the fear they could throw at Donald Trump. And them seeing that the politics of fear no longer work anymore, then maybe, just maybe going forward, we actually get substance from our candidates. And that begins to bring down the horrible notion that we have to vote for the lesser of the two evils. That's something that needs to be destroyed. That mentality should be destroyed. If there's a candidate out there that you don't believe in, you do not have to vote for. You do not have to vote for. So going forward, I'm hopeful that the Trump presidency destroys some of the politics of fear. I'm hopeful that this bring all liberals and progressives and the whole entire left together to fight for real change that they actually believe in their heart. And not just this neoliberal type things that they think could actually get done. I want them. I'm hopeful that that's what the impact is going to have. I'm hopeful that it sends a message loud and clear that if you ignore the voters, it has consequences. If you ignore your entire base, it has consequences. If you gaslight your base, they will not vote for you. They will find an alternative. And we showed them that we will find an alternative. So I'm hopeful that this is what that we come away from this. And if by chance Trump is the racist that he portrayed himself to be on the campaign trail, then you can bet for sure, as Malcolm said by Goldwater, he will not be able to hide his racism. He will not be able to pretend he's our friends. And you know what's going to, and that's going to bring about real change because it's going to make liberals and progressives unite around each other like never before. That's what's going to happen if he's the way, if he's actually that way. But I'm hoping, first of all, that we get that we actually get the spending bill. And then he said a few things about all of a sudden now he's not gonna, appeal Obamacare, which we all knew that couldn't be appealed to begin with. That he actually wants to amend it and make it better. Okay, amend it and make it better. If it works, then I give you a high five. If you do things that work, I'll give you a high five. I don't care what party you're from. I don't care that I particularly don't really care for you. I'm not a Donald Trump fan at all. But if he does something that makes sense, I give him a high five. Am I gonna vote for him in 2020? Hell no. But if he does something that makes sense, I'm going to give him a high five. And if he does something stupid, you guys, you already know. Right here, we'll call him out every step of the way. And it should be the same with the people that we like. It should be the same. With the president, everyone, the same. I've been able to always separate those that I like, and when they do something wrong, call them out on it. I called Obama out on the Bush tax cuts that they extended in 2010, but looking back on it now, I'm calling him out for the wrong thing because taxes don't fund spending. So I was wrong on that particular issue right there. But there's several other issues that I don't agree with. I don't agree with the president on every issue. Hell no, I don't agree with it. I didn't agree with Bernie on some issues. Mainly the issue was that I didn't agree with Bernie on was, well, honestly, mainly what I didn't agree with Bernie on, I wish he would have really without the Hillary Rodham claim, but Bernie's not that type of guy. He's never run a negative campaign ad in his life, in his career. So for the most part, we're all on the same page. Okay, what's up, David? Let me get some of these comments. You like Keith Ellison, but he's a Muslim. I don't have an issue with that, but that means he's out. Well, David, I hear what you're saying, but we cannot continue to back down because we have people out there that are either racist or anti-religion of what someone else's religion is. So if we had always been that way, we wouldn't have elected the first black president. We never would have even nominated him. We'd have said, you know what, we're not going to put him out there because, that means he's out. Or if we nominate a woman, that's going to automatically mean that she's never going to get, chosen. Now, that's one thing that I do disagree with from a lot of these Democrats out there, and they do not need to adopt this philosophy. And I will encourage them, me personally, we should encourage them that Hillary didn't lose just because she's a woman. I don't want that notion to get out there that if a woman runs for president, she's not going to get elected. That all of a sudden now we shouldn't run women as president. We do not want to fall into that trap. We don't want to fall into that trap of that. And Carla, I hear you. Stop with the Democrats and move on. I agree with you. I'm saying let's hijack the party. Let's hijack the party. First is putting Keith Ellison at the helm and stacking the House and the Senate with real progressives. And then all of a sudden now is, you guys going to answer to us. This is how it's going to be. And you guys going to answer to us. You remember how the Tea Party group, the Tea Party members was? They had Republicans on lock. They couldn't do anything without the Tea Party. But the Tea Party didn't want to get anything accomplished. Just imagine what we could do. We'll still look for other alternatives and third parties. We will support any progressive, any person, any candidate with a real progressive agenda. That's it. We're down with that. So, and Bernie Sanders should be the leader in the Democratic Party. Period. We should be on his platform. None of this platform that they tried to shove down our throats on a convention that we knew Hillary Rodham Clinton would never follow. We don't want to be on that. Yes, Victor, we will unite against corruption, racism, and bigotry. Of course, we will definitely do that. And another thing, call it right, Hillary lost because she's a liar. She lost because she was a liar. She lost because she's arrogant. The same reason she lost in 2008. And the DNC blew this because they gaslighted us. And they thought that in the end we would come and support their corporate candidate who's never seen a war she never want to get involved in. But now, if they really think that we have this much power, if they really want to blame her loss on us, then I think it's about time they start taking us serious, right? And it's going to be on our terms going forward. We no longer giving you our vote for nothing in return. You're no longer going to just treat us like a side piece anymore. Oh no. Why, the big money donors get everything? No. If the big money donors get something in return for the dollars that they give you guys, and I don't blame them for getting something in return, but if we're going to vote for you, we want something in return too. Because our vote is our power. Our vote is our power. And if we're going to vote for you, what you want to do for us? What are you going to do? Show me what you got. What have you done for me lately? Oh, yeah. Want to know what you got for us. That's how this is going to go going forward. You put someone out there that we tell you that we don't like, that we tell you that we don't agree with, that don't align with our values, that don't align in what we believe in, we're not going to vote for them. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen over and over and over again until they start to get it. So this lesser of two evil where we playing the same cycle out over and over and over again, done with it. Done. So if you guys seriously want to get back to winning the elections, you better reach out to the progressives. You better reach out to the progressives and listen to them. Because now, you need them now. And we're gonna stay in a position of strength, position of power. We're not gonna do any bootlicking. We're done. We've shown you guys that we're willing to lose an election to get our point across, to get real change to come through. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone else here, but we are willing to do it again. You put someone else out there that we don't agree with again, that we don't believe in again, we will vote for the alternative. We will vote for whatever real progressive is out there running, whatever real progressive out there standing. That's what we will do. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do going forward. We're going to do what the cynics said couldn't be done. We're going to defy all the things that they thrown at us and told us couldn't be done. They told us that we were naive little kids. They were wrong. They told us that we didn't know what we were talking about, that we didn't know that Bernie couldn't get elected. They were wrong. They didn't see what the mood of the country was. The mood of the country wasn't on the side of an establishment candidate. The mood of the country was on the populist message, the message of real change. So going forward, what we learn from this going forward is vote your values over your fears. And we're not in this just for one election cycle. The work continues to start now. The work continues to go forward. We continue to push for the issues we care about. We don't have to wait 4 years or even 2 years to get these things done. Matter of fact, though, in 2 years, that's more important than 4 years. 2 years, our midterms are so sacred. We got to stop ignoring them. We got to stop ignoring them. We have people like the Koch brothers, people out here grooming politicians to ready to take over that next position, to take care of the top 1%, to take care of the things that are gonna go against us. It's time for us to get out there and start raising our own folks. It's time for us to get out there and start raising our own politicians. Who do we want to step up? Who do we want to run against this neoliberal in 2018? Who do we want to run against this blue dog Democrat in 2018? Yeah, I'm calling Democrats out too. Who we want to run against them? Who we want to run against the Republican candidate in 2018? Who? I mean, who? That's the questions we need to be asking ourselves. That's what we need to start going forward. We need to start like literally paying more attention to the midterm than we do the presidential election. I don't know what Trump's gonna do. He hadn't laid anything out, but all I can speak of is his cabinet. So far, it sucks. Rudy Giuliani, I wouldn't nominate him for dog catcher. And I'm just being honest, not even joking. I wouldn't nominate Rudy Giuliani for dog catcher. He said some very racist things in the past. The guy is a complete dodo, moron. I wouldn't have nominated him for dog catcher. Kim Barber, a boxer, has to go. Yeah, one can make that argument. Yes, for sure. We need to elect our own electors instead of having them. Yeah, of course. I agree with that too, Sean. Definitely agree with that. And Rebecca, if we organize, we can own the 2018 state elections, of course. Of course. If we can organize, we can do anything. Nothing in this country has gotten passed without organizing. Nothing. The Civil Rights Act, the Civil Rights Bill of 1964, the Voting Rights Act, all that. People had to organize for it. People had to fight for it. People had to vote on it. That's how nothing in this country's gotten done but our organization. Bannon is a racist. Richard, now how did you figure that out? That Bannon is a racist. Yeah, it doesn't look good for the who he's pointing in his cabinet. It's almost like he's saying, okay, you, and it's almost like he's at a pickup game. You guys, I'm not sure you guys gonna play basketball before the pickup game before, and when you're going out there and it's a team been winning and winning and winning, you trying to, you ready to go out there, you ready to go on the court, you've been waiting, you've been sitting on the sidelines, waiting is what we call now to get your play on the court so you can go out there and shoot, and you go out there and you say, okay, I'll take you, uh, y'all should play with me too. That seems like that's what Trump doing. You. It's like he just going out there pointing people. I don't know what he's got going on. It's like there's very little thought process going into this. So, I mean, I understand Chris was fired from the transition team from far as I know. Someone else needs to be fired too. Because it's still, like, I don't know what they got going on. It's crazy. And there, the concentration that should be on flipping the Senate in 2018, I do agree with you. That needs to be on the ballot in 2018. We got to put pressure on Washington. We put pressure on Washington, and it pushes the politician in the right direction. There's sometimes, I will admit now, there's some politicians that need the power of the people to push them in that direction. That's been true throughout our history. You can't sit back and just hope they're going to do what they should do. That's not the way it works, folks. That's not the way it works. We can sit on our hands all we want to and just let them just feed us whatever they want to feed us, and we're always going to get not even half the loaf. I understand with not getting everything you want. I understand that. But we're not being offered half the loaf. The big money donors that pay the money, millions and billions of dollars to these campaigns, they're getting half the loaf and sometimes all the loaf. While we sitting back, getting treated like the side piece. That's just how, I hate to be so blunt, but that's the reality of what we have going on here. With that, I'm going to let you guys go for the night and have a great day, guys. Peace, and I'm out.